benefit and particularly on major exclusion. And along the way, agents must be able to provide suitable advice and recommendation to the customers based on their needs and objective. And please be reminded that this year, we also have 6 mandatory e-learning that need to be completed before the year end. For existing agent, we would advise you to complete it as soon as possible to prevent EG-Link login issue. And at the same time, for the new agents, kindly get it done within half year from your appointment date, because if agent have not fulfilled the e-learning in the given period, there will be consequences such as the front-end system will be deactivated. Next, this is something very, very important, which I'm sure most of you already know, which is do not use customers' data without getting customers' consent, or in another words, PDPA, Personal Data Protection Act 2010. It spells out under the general principle, when we meet the customers to get their personal data, we must get the consent from them, otherwise you cannot proceed further. If 3 months down the road, same customer is to buy another product from the agent, a fresh consent is required for the same customer to release his or her personal information to the agent to proceed further. And do not induce customer to purchase or renew insurance product by misrepresentation or use any sales brochure or illustration that are not authorized by GEGM, because it is actually against the law of code of ethics. For example, you tell the customer to buy the product by today, and if you are not buying today, the premium will be much expensive tomorrow. So you induce the customer to purchase thing by not actually telling the truth. And at the same time, we are also not allowed to exert undue influence or track customers to purchase insurance product or in demanding insurance premium. For example, let's say if you are already proposing a product to the customer and give them few days to decide, I think it's quite fair. However, we cannot be seen very aggressively to chase the customer day and night to close the deal. If they find it threatening, they will complain to the Bank Negara, and Bank Negara will come back to the insurance company and there will be disciplinary action taken. So bear in mind, please do not do this. And by this, I have completed the reminder of market conduct essentials for intermediaries, which is very important for agents to take note. And the next thing to highlight is also something very, very important, which is the Know Your Customers. We have posted a circular in July 2024, a reminder to say that you must observe your customers' requirement prior to policy insurance. In another word, it linked back to the reminder of market insurance product essentials that you must be honest when dealing with the customer, and not only that, we have to ensure that the customer's information is accurate, verified, and correctly submitted prior to any policy insurance. Inaccuracy info provided when claims arise could be complicated and cause delay. So kindly take note for these important reminders. And lastly, a reminder to intermediaries who have not submit your TIN number yet, kindly submit it as soon as possible. Without TIN number, GEGM won't be able to create self-billing and generate commission for the agent. And for corporate clients, please provide us the TIN number, as failing to provide, we won't be able to generate e-invoicing for corporate clients if they want for income tax purposes. So that's it for the reminders. And without further delay, I will pass the floor to Ms. Kibi.
Hello everyone, my name is Ko Kibi. I am the product head from Great Eastern General Insurance. Welcome to the training for micro, small and medium enterprise training. Today there is an exciting news about what we are going to do to cater for the micro businesses. Hang on, yeah, let me put it on full screen. The training today is basically to train all the agents out there who join this class to know what micro businesses and what we are going to offer to all these clients. right? So at the end of this training, we will be able to offer certain products to certain segments. Without further ado, I will hang on, I will go through the training. We will also be giving opportunity for all to ask questions in between. I will give you a cue so that we will be more interactive in this training. So the program for today's training is to talk about what is MSME, particularly on micro, our company vision, what MSME classification, and what is the market size in Malaysia. We will also be talking about the GGM target segment. So as you know, micro, small, medium enterprises, we also have many segments. But for GGM, we would like to target to certain markets. So in this session, we will tell you what market segments that we are looking into. And after that, on section 2, we will also share some research that the company has done, mainly on quantitative and qualitative. What it means is that we actually send out questions to business owners to actually ask for their feedback, as well as we conduct some focus group with certain business owners to understand how they actually do their business, and there will be results from there. And from the results of this research, of course, we come up with some of the product bundling that we have today. And on the third agenda is that we are going to talk about the education market segment. So today we are focusing on education first, right? So we will cover what they are, why we want to bundle some products for this market segment, as well as what's the benefit. So tune in to find out more what this education segment is all about. Then agenda 4, we are also going to talk about what are the marketing materials, what are the product details, and we have also prepared some pop quiz to make it more easier to understand, as well as a more interactive section with our agents who attend this training. Okay. So without further ado, let's go into what is MSME. So what is our company vision? So this is GGM's company vision. So our vision for in 2030, GGM would like to be one of the preferred insurer for retail and SME customers. So for this, we also wanted to build strong distribution. We also want to build some product innovation. We also wanted to have digital capabilities for this market segment. So by 2030, our company would want to have built all these capabilities. And today's section about MSME education is a start to our 2030 vision. Our business objective for this vision is to expand our market share. So as you know, micro SME is an untapped business in the market for insurance. So we want to expand our market share into this micro segment to grow our business profitability, right? So there are 5 key pillars down here. If you can see here, let me do my pointers. So if you look at it, we do have some key pillars that we want to look into. So we will maximize our joint venture with OCBC. I think for agency, it falls under the third pillar here. We want to drive agency integration with MSME. We also want to lead the MSME lead the MSME segment here. So this is our vision that we have put through. Our new CEO, Mr. Jeremy, would like to actually have all these key pillars to be working with us. That's where today's training, we are rolling out a bundle product for MSME. So this pillar here is very, very important for our company, and this is where we are targeting to go to. Okay, so you may wonder what this MSME classification is all about. So if you can see here in the market, the government has also done some classification. So you look at it that we have micro, we also have small businesses, we have medium businesses. Today we are concentrating on the micro businesses. What does it mean to us? In the government classification, they actually go into manufacturing as well as services and other sectors. We do have further breakdown for this, but keep with me. I will just explain the broad classification of this. Under the government, we actually look at the micro businesses as if they have sales turnover of less than 300,000. This turnover means that the business who actually have sales at their counter or their shops of 300,000 per annum. Or they have full-time employees of less than 5 workers. Okay, so this is the micro segment, and we do note that this micro segment is very, very large. Later, I will show you how it is, how big it is, and how much we can actually tap into. Okay, so this is a chart that we got from the DSOM. So if you look at it, since 2015 up until 2024, we do have a CAGR of 2%, means that we are growing this MSME business. And from this business here, of course, there's a dip in 2022 and 2023, basically because of MCO, but it started to climb back up again. So if you look at another breakdown, what is micro, what is small, what is medium enterprise, you can see the micro, in majority holds the market of MSME, right? So this is actually micro. And if you look at it on the percentage, it actually dominates about near to 80% of all the businesses out there. So this is a huge market that the company would also like to look into so that insurance are also properly applied to these businesses, right? So if you look at it, small is only about 30%. On the medium businesses, it will be only about 1.5 to 2.3% every year. So in GGM, what is our micro market segment that we want to go into? Under DOSM means that the data statistic of Malaysia, we have about 1 million MSMEs, and it is broadly categorized under 5 categories. This is the government category lah. So when all these businesses, when they register their businesses under SSM, they actually have classified their business. Today, if let's say you have a client who is a business owner, and if you Google them, if they are registered under SSM, you would be able to see what their business is all about, right? So that's where all these 5 classification, if they are under MSME. Okay, now for GGM, of course, we would like to be very focused. We don't go all out to all the market as other insurers are. If you notice, other insurers will also have business packages for all these business owners, but they actually shoot their bullets on all of this. Now for GGM, we are more focused. we would like to also be very focused on looking into the services, which actually consists of 84.4% of the businesses. So instead of shooting the bullets everywhere, we are very focused, we target on services. Even within services, there are many type of trading, many type of businesses out there. We are going to focus on 5 key business target segment for GGM next year. So if you look at it, we will target the F&B, food and beverages. These are your local food stalls, the cafes, the kopitiams, right? These are micro businesses. Then you also have the lifestyle kiosks. These are those stalls that sell clothes, maybe some cosmetic, maybe some accessories for women, maybe for some pet supplies. Sometimes when you actually walk into a mall, you will have the what they call pingming. I think it's Pingming. They also have many type of stores. So if it's not food related, then it is called the lifestyle kiosk. Some of them even do services, like if let's say you want to repair your shoes, it is also called a lifestyle kiosk, right? Then there's also the e-commerce. E-commerce means that I think since 2022 and 2023, we also have business owners who started to move their business from a physical store to an online sales. Rather, it doesn't matter whether they go into the marketplace under Facebook or under Lazada, they open a stall under the e-trading market, right? So because of MCO, I think this market segment has started to pick up. And we would like to also look into this segment as well. The next segment is actually health and beauty. As you know, we also see a lot of up and coming facial beauty kind of a segment that is popping up everywhere as you go. So when you go into shops, when you go into kiosks as well, sometimes they also offer some facial. They also have people who go into walk into your home to actually offer some beauty services. For this segment, we will also like to go into. And lastly, it will be the education center. For all the parents out there, I'm sure that you are very interested into seeing all the learning centers that your children have would be adequately covered. We also see quite a number of incidents that happen in learning centers, right? So this is something that we would like to ensure the education center is properly covered so that all our children properly have a good environment to study. So what do you mean by education center? Later, I'm going to break it down for you to see what type of education center. For today's training, we are going to concentrate on education center. Okay, now this is the five segments that I talked about just now. I also list down what are the risks and what are the pain points of all these business owners. I do not want to really go into each and every one of the risks as well as the pain points. The key message for this slide is that we want to relay the message to agents is that we want to pilot launch our education center and tutors. So what are the risks that normally all these education or tutors will most probably face? They face a lot of student injury in their premise, maybe outside their premise also. Then they also face a lot of fire and flood damages to their learning materials. And they also have legal claims from their parents, business interruptions, and on pain points, all these business owners will face quite a number of challenges, as in like when they want to cover one thing in their learning center, they will mostly have to buy multiple policies and maybe talk to multiple agents. So for GGM, we have package bundle, more of like bundle, a few coverages specifically for education centers so that they do not need to talk to multiple agents, multiple policies, track multiple policies, annual renewal. Right? They also have a lot of pain points on lack of protection of freelance tutors. They also have a lot of pain points on no income if there's cancelled class, difficult proving loss when there's a loss when they want to claim. And they also have limited awareness on professional indemnity options. So this professional indemnity option is also one of the key points that all this education center would face, right? So today we are going to address all these key pain points for our education segments. Let's, without further ado, let's go into it. Now, on the research, on the research, this is the page for research. Remember I was talking about we did engage a third party to actually do some research. There is a very huge report. We actually talked to quite a number of business owners face to face as a focus group. We also sent 200 to 200 business owners on a survey. The key takeaway, we are also looking into how all these business owners for micro segment is. So if you look at the top right corner, 57% of this business owners will never apply for funding. Funding means that they want to open their shops, but they never get any funding from the bank. So normally, if they don't get the funding from the bank, means that they do not have business loans, then their insurance coverage is almost next to zero, because banks, when you take a business loans, the banks will sort of like imply that you should actually take an insurance, right? Whether you take it from the bank or yourself, that's one of the requirement. So if let's say that 57% of the respondents come back saying that they didn't apply for the funding, which means that 57% highly likely they do not have insurance. Okay, so then we also have here that says that the digital habits of Malaysian micro SMEs. This one is a plus point for all the agents to know. Out of all the respondents in the research, they also said that they prefer to use the messaging and communication apps to talk about insurance, right? And this is the habits lah that they will use. The nearly 90% of the micro SME claim to use at least one digital solution. So messaging apps dominate 73%, followed by marketing tools, payment services. So these are all the digital solutions that they have. They will rely really, really seriously on WhatsApp, Viber, and Messenger to conduct their business. Okay, then they also talk about what are the key risks that they have to mitigate. It's a little bit complicated, but in a nutshell, what they are saying is that stocks and equipment damage is one of their top priority. Okay, so they actually have 32% of them saying that they also find it very challenging to manage, right? When they actually have stock damage. So this one, I won't go into it. So the key takeaway from this chart here is that they really look into stock and equipment damages, cash flow disruption, which means that business interruption, business disruption due to natural disaster. So these are the top three things that they worry about. And the insurance adoption here is saying that most of them take from Etika Insurance, Allianz, and surprise, surprise, Great Eastern is one of the top three. Okay, so we are a very good market player for business insurance. Now, this is actually one of the results from when we talk to some of the business owners. Basically, we go into four main ones: food and beverage, retail, means this one is food, not food is here. Engineering means that maybe they are a renovation company, and some of them tech means that they could be on e-trading ones. So what are the key, if it's green color here means that they strongly think that they need it. Amber means average, and then red means that maybe they don't need it, right? But in the summary, what we are saying here is that for food and beverage, there's a strong need for building coverage. But if it's a food store, I don't think so lah. But stock protection for raw materials, these are very critical for them. Public liability is also one of the key insurance that they would love to have. For lifestyle trader, which is for retail here, means that if they're not selling perishable good like food and beverage, they will be under the lifestyle trader. These are the traders that will sell clothes, bags, pet food, right? Then they will have to have strong need for building or content, building and stock. Stock is their top priority for inventory security as well. Then for engineering, there's strong risk for cyber risk coverage, right? Then for tech home, also cyber risk, and then social media reputation protection. However, these two, I think the coverage is really hard to get. So this is a nutshell from the research, right? So as the first step, the company has put in some effort to look into the research and then see what the people out there are thinking. Now let's look into the education centers that we have around the market, right? So what does it mean by education center? When a lot of people will tell me that schools will be covered by the government on a government scheme, right? So you can't penetrate the school. Then you also have international school, right? So those are also not micro. What we are targeting to get today is actually on the micro education center. So what are those? You can see from the list here. So the first thing first is nursery daycare. If you are a parent, you most probably send your children to the nursery or the daycare, right? So then you also have the kindergarten or preschool. Then most of the time after kindergarten, the child will go to nursery as well. Then you will also have tuition center. So this is actually a very hot topic of tuition center. I think when I talk to most of my friends, they actually send their children it's like an automatic sign up, even though that is optional. But every parent that I know, they send somehow to some tuition center, right? Then tuition center for maths is one of uh, the key things that every parents will send into, right? Why our children needs maths? I think all our parents here will think that they are not enough one. We will still send someone to the maths tuition center, right? You will also have enrichment centers. These are parents who want to send their children to piano classes, dance classes. They also have, what do you have? A painting classes, right? Or Kumon classes, or what else? There are many, many enrichment centers. So Kumon is also one of the very popular among all the parents out there. And there's also language school as well. So language school, of course, one of the key things that even the Malays now are sending their children into Mandarin classes, right? So this is also one of the things. And even the Chinese will send the children to the Mandarin classes, if you ask me, because I would say that Mandarin is not an easy language to learn all the strokes as well as all the characters that they need to learn, right? There's also some training institution. These are more on when you actually have some sports ones, right? So there's also quite a number of sports learning centers that you can send your children to, right? Badminton, pickleball learning school, right? So these are also some training institution. Then there's also some pop-up learning booths. So if you look at pop-up learning booth, if you walk into a mall, sometimes they will also uh, 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 set up some learning, a one-time learning things for your child, right? And I've also list down what are the equipments that all this learning center would most probably have. And you can see here, the cost of setting up all this business center is really not easy. They actually have to have tables and chairs up until the branding and signage, right? So you will look into this. All of them need licenses. All of them have their type of setup. They all have their equipment, right? And what are the worker they have? If you look at how a business owner will set up their businesses, these are the common things that a business owner will think about. So when you set up a business, definitely you would want to actually cover those hard work that the business owner put into setting up all these businesses, right? And to be honest, I will say that a lot of training center, they may have one or two insurance, which is insufficient to cover their operations in their training center. So that's where we came in with our new product. Okay, so that's why we come up with our first ever product bundle in GGM. I mean, like for us in GGM, we come up with the first ever product bundle is because we do have many products in GGM, but the micro business owner will most probably buy piecemeal from here and there. They'll issue one policy of fire, another policy on liability, another policy on here, right? So, and these business owner are not insurance agent, they do not know. So it is our role to actually help them to be adequately, not say adequately, to be insured at least on the major aspect of their business, right? So I'm here to introduce you also the first in the market to cover comprehensive general liability to education centers on a bundling basis. So in other insurer, they will also have to customize their comprehensive general liability on a case-to-case basis. That means that each and every case that goes into this company, they will have to do it on an underwriting basis, right? So you will have the agents will have to talk to the marketer. The marketer will assess whether the limit is within their authority. If not, they have to talk to underwriter, on a case-to-case basis. But for GGM, we would bundle it to straight away issue a policy. And if you look at it, what's good about bundling? What's good about bundling? Why do we want to bundle? No underwriting, right? Straight away issue policy. What I need from them is that they just fill up the form. I straight away issue the policy. If they agree on the package, definitely there's no underwriting. Marketer doesn't need to check whether it's under their limit, doesn't need to go to underwriter. We will straight away issue the policy. Then we will maximize the coverage. We also set up an express lane policy issuance, right? So on the normal TATs, we have already arranged for our internal to issue a policy within a specific timeline to ensure that your customer are covered as fast as you want them to be, right? So it also opens up a lot of opportunity for the agents to talk to the business centers, right? So the first product you want to sell this education segment, I would say that it will also open up a lot of opportunity for them to also sell other products, right? So every learning centers, you have the students, you have the teachers, you have the parents, you have the suppliers, the canteen operators, right? We recommend agents to use this education segment business packages. First, sell them that Then slowly you talk to the learning centers whether they would like to have a student PA to target their students. If let's say you are a life agent, you can also target on education plan, right? So we do have live education plan. If you are our GLM agent as well, you can also talk to the learning centers whether you can offer a education plan to all the students, right? On and on the teachers and the school admin staff, they also have at least, I would say, admin staff will do all the registration for the students. You also have the teachers that's teaching, whether if it's a full-time or a part-time, you will be able to also sell quite a number of other products like travel for more if they are traveling, motor insurance, and if life agents, you can also talk about investment-linked insurance with medical card to the teachers as well as the admin staff at the center, right? For the parents, definitely we have more products for them. You can also tap into whether you want to offer Great Shield Actives on a separate ways, travel for more motor, protection plan if you are a life agent, and if they have suppliers as well as canteen operators, there are more opportunities, right? Okay, so this is a introduction of why we wanted to do the product bundle. Do you want to go into the details? I think you would want to, right? Okay, so now we are going into the product details. Okay, so why do we want to bundle? I mean, like a lot of people will ask me, are you bundle? Then how? I have to fill in so many things. How many form I have to fill in? Don't worry, we have designed one single product brochure. Very easy to present to your business owners. We also have one application form which is super easy to fill up. So if you look at this page here, this is the application form that we have. It is super easy. We just have a few fields. So let me count for you how many fields that you need to fill in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields for an application form. To be honest with you, as far as I have joined this company for 3 years, and this company has worked for 100 years, this is the simplest application form ever in Great Eastern, ever, ever. Just like how Taylor Swift sings the song, never, ever, ever, ever. This is ever, ever, ever. It's the simplest form ever that we have launched, right? So this is the form that we have. Of course, we have some decoration at the back, but customer only have to fill in one form and they will be able to purchase this product. So what is Great EduCare? Great EduCare is actually a bundle of 3 different products. So if you look at this, you have EasyBiz Premier. If most of you have already been selling EasyBiz Standard and EasyBiz Premier, it'll be very familiar for you. We just try to bundle it according to the education center, what do they need. We also bundle in an all-risk product. It's because for EasyBiz Premier, the content as well as their building is not on first loss, but we wanted to offer first loss for their equipment. Then we actually have this offer here to bundle in, as well as comprehensive general liability. One of our business unit head, he is an advocate for comprehensive general liability. He thinks that this one is so important, and I think so too, that we must have comprehensive general liability. So here we also have liability, here also liability. What's the difference? The difference is that general liability is broader than the normal liability insurance that you have out there, right? So for EasyBiz Premier, we also offer for this 4 coverage as first loss. The content will be as first loss, then and also general liability. This is our unique selling point of EduCare. Dang, 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 dang. This is actually the package product that we have. To simplify it, we only have 3 plans: basic, standard, and superior. So if you look at it, on the top one will be EasyBiz Premier, which we also cover the building, including renovation, furniture, and fittings. For education center, as you know, they most probably will rent. So this one will actually cover more on the renovation. When you set up the business, set up the education center, the business owner will most probably do some renovation to their facility, the rented facility. That will include some cabinets, the children's lockers and all those, right? This one will be the perfect coverage for those. And then we also have the theft, armed robbery and hold up. This one we also have the same sum insured offered to the business education center. We also cover plate glass, right? So this one is mainly all those plate glass in the business center, in the education center, whereby, you know, some of the classes is actually on the door, as well as the room are actually on glass panels. As we can see that, of course, they will want it to be more transparent for the outsider to be able to see inside of the room. We will also offer this coverage. Then money in transit and money in premise, we also offer, because some of the teachers some of the education center will still have cash flow inside the premise. So we will offer these 2 coverages as well. Then the employer's liability up to 1 million per event. This one is mainly to cover the if let's say the employee is injured accidentally or sick because of their job, then we will still cover. Then we also offer inconvenience allowance. For plan one, we don't, because we also understand that some of the business education center would want it very basic, do not want to have the inconvenience allowance. If that business center wants it, then they have to offer, we can offer standard or superior. Okay, this is our existing EasyBiz Premier product, and we bundle in with CAE, which is our all risk insurance. This is actually why we want to do this, is because we want to do it on a first loss basis. For life insurance agents, I think this one will be easier for you, because on our experience with life agents is that it is also very tedious for everyone to also it's very tedious to explain the full value basis when you have a damage on your content or your equipment, and then you are subject to the average clause. It's very hard for you to explain. We want to eliminate that portion for the life agents and make it easier for everyone to claim, which I'm not supposed to say that, but it's something that is easier for you to explain. Is that on content, we want to offer first loss basis. That's why we bundle in the all risk policy here for content. Now, the key star of the product is actually on the comprehensive general liability. For the example here, we also wanted to cover. So it's actually a public liability, but we actually extend to cover the following. So one of the example, these are the few examples that we have. So accidental damage from toys and equipment causing the third party injury. So this is very common at nursery, which normally public liability will not cover, will have a little bit of difficulty to cover. Food poisoning outbreak from meals provided by the center. Accidents during transportation. Now, this one is the key. So if let's say public liability or public liability normally is within the vicinity. For CGL, comprehensive general liability, we will cover, let's say the center normally will have their appointed transporter. Okay, I also have questions from people who ask me, if let's say it is not registered with the education center, but somehow, you know, the center would have known that, would have in record that they will have record to say that these are the recommended transporter, you can arrange with them, right? Some of the center they arrange. Some of the center they have a list of all these transporter. They give it to the parents. Then the parents will arrange with the transporter. We also cover in this comprehensive general liability. So if let's say that during the transportation between the school and the home, this general comprehensive general liability will cover as well. Now, some of them we also cover on excursions and activities within Malaysia, right? An accident while waiting for transport within the vicinity of the center. So these are the coverage. And these are the example claims that we have already put out here. For example, a child trips over an uneven surface in the outdoor play area and is injured, is covered under here. Several children become ill after lunch. Trace back to improper stored food, some spoiled things lah. Then this will cover. Due to lack of supervision by the center, they organize the trip, then there's an uneven pavement and the student trips. This will cover as well. Child is given a snack containing nuts, then got allergy. We will cover as well. Child slips and falls while getting into a center vehicle during pickup, cover as well. So these are the example of coverage. Okay, I do see some question from the chat. Let me check it out. So one of the question that I see here is that, which one? Oh, go down. Parents and children are busy. May I check if this product suitable for music school center? Yes, yes, yes. We also cover the music instrument. Okay, any second question? No more. So, okay, this question here, one of the participant in this training asked if music center is covered. Yes, we can issue the 3 policies to the music center. Piano classes, flute classes, singing classes. We do this plan actually be able to cover their business. Okay. Any question from the ground? You can always raise up your hand or type in the chat. I will try to address the question. Later on, I've also invited my underwriters to join. I'm not sure whether they are in or not. If there's some question that's technical ones, I can refer to my underwriters to help to address some of the question that you have. Okay, now let's go into some of the fine lines of the bundle products. So as usual, we have 3 products. There's a long list of terms and conditions. But to be honest with you, if let's say you have been selling FFP, which is our EasyBiz Premier, you'll be very, very familiar with the exclusion as well as the key terms. I think what this product has is that it is a combination of 3 products. We have all this list down for you to further have a read. I won't go into each of the details. To simplify this, is actually in our PDS. Later, I'm going to show the PDS. We have simplified 3 products exclusion as well as key terms in the PDS. It's easier for you to understand, right? Now, let's look into what recently has happened in Klang Valley or in Malaysia, right? So these are the recent news. And you can see here, I just listed out some of the cases that happened around Malaysia. You have a school bus that crashed in Johor, and these are the links that we took it from the local newspaper as well as some Free Malaysia Today article. So if you look at it, recently, I think in 2025, a school bus has crashed and 16 students was injured, right? So what are the issue in this case is actually a poor vehicle maintenance. They never maintain the vehicle. The bus crashed, 16 students are injured. So with the Great EduCare, it will all be taken care of, right? So the case number two, child drowning at daycare center pool. I think this one is in Ipoh, right? One fatality, which the child has drowned. What is the key issue in this case? No lifeguard, inadequate supervision. I think the teacher has already been attended to the court to talk about the negligence, the alleged negligence due to this case, right? Then there's also in Selangor, a kindergarten fire, 12 children evacuated and 2 staff injured. What was the key issue? It was a faulty wiring and expired fire extinguisher. Oh, so then the house actually, the facility was, the fire broke out. So luckily for this case, no children got injured. Only the staff injured, 12 children evacuated. But you know, these are really scary ideas, and most probably if they buy insurance, you as an agent would have to check their facility, you would have checked their facilities to make sure that their fire extinguishers are still not expired, you know, it's still in effect. But I always believe that agents have a role in helping businesses. I was a marketeer before, so when I actually I've done site visit, and normally agents as agent, they will most probably go into the facilities and help them to check their safety features in their facilities. Halfway through, you would have started to help them to mitigate their risk according to all these calamities, right? So you also have another case, food poisoning outbreak in school canteen. I think this one is the Mi Hun case, if I can remember correctly. So this one, food poisoning, 30 students hospitalized. The root cause was because improper food hygiene. So you can see that these are very common things that happen at education center, particularly I think when it comes to very young children, right? Okay, let's do a pop quiz. For this, for those who are very, very competitive, you can join in as the pop quiz. I will list down some of the scenario. I would like you to actually tell me where the claims will be. I will go back up to the schedule of benefit. Wait, okay, this is the schedule of benefit. Let me talk about a case, right? And if you can tell me under which benefit that this scenario will be able to claim. Okay, so school bus. Okay, let me just read it out. You just listen to the case scenario, yeah? School bus fetching children back home from school overturned in Johor Bahru. So this is the first case lah, 16 student injured. So claims from the student. If a student want to claim, if the student is one of the 16 injured, right? Which benefit will the student claim from? Anyone out there?
Comprehensive general liability.
Anyone? Student making the claim under which benefit? Okay, we have an
general
answer
liability.
from, yes, CGL is the answer. Correct. Okay, let's go to the second scenario. Tuition center's mango tree branch. mango tree, at the porch fell, and it fell on 3 students. And these 3 students was waiting for transport at the school. Then this tree actually fell on these 3 students. So the student want to claim which benefit they can claim under. Which benefit? Yes, CGL as well. So they can also claim under the public liability as well for that scenario. But for our plan here, it will be under the CGL. Okay, scenario number 3. Kindergarten caught fire in flames. 2 staff suffered minor burns. If the kindergarten wants to make a claim, kindergarten, which section, which benefit will they claim? The kindergarten. Kindergarten. Anyone? So the kindergarten caught flames. That means that it caught fire lah. Okay. The kindergarten will claim under the building renovation, employer's liability as well. Correct, correct. Okay. If for damaged laptops and iPads, damaged laptop and iPad because of fire. Okay. Content. Yes, content under here. Okay. Then if because of fire, they cannot continue with the teaching. So the business owner will claim against. They will claim against inconvenience allowance, okay? Because they cannot operate their business, they can claim under here. Then, of course, if there is any money loss, they can also claim under the money in premise. Okay, so for that scenario number 3, they can claim under building, money in premise, employer's liability, and content. So it's actually a very good coverage for this plan for the education center. Let's go for another scenario. Swimming school locks damage. Thieves at night, 10,000 cash in lock safe reportedly stolen. So swimming school will claim under which section? In lock, in school locker. In school locker, cash in school locker. Money in premise, correct. Also, they can claim under the theft, armed robbery, theft. These 2 can be claimed. Okay, scenario number 5. Food poisoning outbreak in primary school. Students hospitalized. So the student will claim under which section? DGL, correct. So, okay, if you look at all the questions and answers in the chat group, you will see that CGL is majority of the claim. That's why I stress that CGL is really an important factor of the education center, right? So on all the scenarios that is based on the cases out there like this, you will see CGL can claim on almost all of it, right? So that's where this is very important. So now this is actually the pop quiz that I have read out just now. So you can also read out from here later on. Do we give the deck out? So we will give the deck out later. You can take a read on all these details. I mean, if you do have question, please do reach out to us. We just give in some example for you to understand how this product bundle will benefit the education center. Okay, so now come to the boring part of the training. So sorry, but I have to go through. This is the product disclosure sheet. Just now you can see that there are 3 products, right, that you can see. Before I go there, you can see here is that the stamp duty is 20 ringgit because this one will be 2 policies and this one will be 3 policies is 30 ringgit. Okay. Also, I would like to highlight is that our product brochure has a minor error on the sum insured. But good news is that the revised one is better. So this one has single limit here. In our product brochure, we meant that you can download from our GG link is that it says that what did I say inside here again? The combined single limit, but actually it's not. It's actually a single limit for each of the coverage. Okay, so we are going to amend and then replace the copy in GG Link by tomorrow. Okay, so when you actually have 3 types of policies issued, normally PDS will be 3 PDS, but for this package, we have combined 3 products into 1 PDS. You do not need to give 3 PDSs to the customer because it's a bundled product. So you can see here, the policy here, we put here as Great EduCare, but it consists of EasyBiz Premier, Comprehensive General Liability, as well as All Risk, because these are the 3 bundled products in 1 application form, which is also 1 brochure and 1 PDS, right? We also list down all the covers by the product, EasyBiz Premier here product, All Risk, as well as Comprehensive General Liability. Then the exclusion also, we have quite a number, but it's broken down nicely. Some of them are applicable to all. You just have to look at it, right? Oh yes, I forgot. The product also have a top-up feature for Comprehensive General Liability. If your customer thinks that the sum insured for 50, 100 is for CGL is not enough, 250,000 is not enough, you can also opt to add on up to this one additional 750 means including this will be 1 million. And for content, building, I don't think so lah, because normally they rent. But on content as well as comprehensive general liability, they may think that this one is not enough. Don't worry, they can also top up for the all risk as well, right? So this one is additional 150K. So 150K plus 50, it will be up to 200K limit. Number of students, okay, there's a question here from Jamin, Garina Chung. Is there a limit? Is there a limit number of students in institution for 3 different categories of coverage? No, there is no limit of students. Okay. Okay, I'll just go through some of the, back to the PDS, I'll just go through some narrative of what you need to explain to the business owner. You can see here is that it's an illustration of, this one is Premier Plan. It's an illustration of Premier Plan. For you, you must explain the key product feature, key benefits, also explain the key exclusions, explain all the available add-ons, which is we have 2. Then draw the attention to the footnote. Just one of the key things I would like to highlight is that theft is with forcible entry, as well as for money in premise, it must be kept under secure lock, right? Then the commission here, the display in premium here, just a reminder for this section here, the premium displayed here is without commission because we would like to be easier for the customer to look at this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this equals to the premium they have to pay, right? So this is, you just need to get the customer to look into the brochure of how much they have to pay for how much they have to pay for the plan they choose. But this is just an illustration. So explain on the significant risk, explain the salient obligation, and what are the claim process, right? And the salient rights. So these are the key things for PDS. Okay, now where do I get the brochure, the PDS, as well as application form? You can find it at GG Link for agents and intermediary. So what you need to do is that you just have to go to GG Link, you click under the brochure as well as product brochure, product disclosure sheet. You will be able to find the brochure as well as PDS here, an application form as well. Okay, so these are the reminder on the market conduct, which I think Alia has already go through. I won't go through it anymore. I want to open the floor to more questions if you have any more questions from any more questions. Please feel free to ask more questions. Okay, if you do not have, then we'll cover the next training. Do we train on the Great EV one? Okay.
Give them 5 minutes break first.
Okay, maybe I'll give you a 5-minute break. We do have another exciting news to tell all the agents for Great EV that we have launched in a few months ago. We have a campaign for customer. In fact, we already have 4 take-ups since we launched on 1st December up until just the first week. We have already got 4 take-ups. So I would like to also take the opportunity to train everyone what this Great EV customer campaign is all about. So we'll take a 5-minute break and we'll come back for Great EV campaign. Never ever done any customer campaign for any of our motor class. But for EV, we are coming up with a new customer campaign. We call it Charge Ahead with Great EV. Okay, we are offering 50 of our customer 100 ringgit and 150 ringgit worth of Gentari electric charging credits. The only thing your customer need to do is purchase Great EV with us. Okay, let's go into some refresher from for Great EV first. Okay, as you know, we launched Great EV a few months ago, and Great EV is basically one of the motor insurance that we bundle, we package in multiple insurance to cover on electric vehicle specific kind of coverage. I think we have 3 electric vehicle specific coverage. Most probably it's actually on the first 3 that we have. So we cover the battery of the electric vehicle. This is an inconvenience allowance for the replacement of battery. We also cover inconvenience allowance for theft of charging cable. which I think for this one, the normal motor insurance will not cover. And we also cover the private charging station. So we did look into our competitors who offer EV specific kind of insurance. For example, I think Etika, they actually bundle in a package in the private charging station. And we understand that not every EV owners will have their private charging station. So this will be on an optional basis. If let's say that it's on a landed property and they install their charging station, we will encourage the customer to take up this optional add-on to cover for their charging station, right? This one will be under the normal fire perils that we will cover for this one. And in this package, we also package the normal motor insurance that highly likely all of us will take. So we also noticed that all our motor customers or car drivers, most of them will want to cover for a few other things is the special perils, and then all drivers, and then the LLOP as well. So these are the three very common add-ons for most of the motor drivers. So for EV customer, we auto put it in so that your customer doesn't need to pick and choose, that they have to do it as an optional add-on. Fast free for your customers. Then we also bundle in Easy Drive 3 because we feel that this additional coverage under Easy Drive 3 is something that is very important for all our customers. So we actually package, it's a package insurance for all this. So this one will be on an optional basis, but all this will be packaged in, right? This is our great EV product, a summary of what we have. So let's go into the schedule of benefit as well as the premium charge, right? So the Great EV, what it essentially is a normal motor insurance, which actually covers all the main insurance. Let me do the pointers. The normal insurance here, whereby if you buy a motor insurance from any insurance company, they will cover the own vehicle damage as well as third-party bodily injury and death. This one is a normal one. But for Great EV, we package in all this into one product, right? Like what I told you in the earlier slide, these are the additional coverage. So there are many other coverage that the customer will enjoy when they buy Great EV, right? So these are the pricing. The pricing is on a standard premium according to the make and model. Then because of the bundled ones, we actually put in the bundle packages price here, right? So just a refresher, of course, for Great EV, when we actually look into the calculation of the premium, it is based on wattage rather than CC, right? Because these are BEVs. So BEVs, battery electric vehicle, is mainly do not run on petrol at all. They only run on electric. That's why the pricing is calculated based on wattage instead of CC. Other company, if let's say they want to purchase it under the normal motor one, they have to convert it back to CC, then you calculate the premium. For this one, purely on voltage. Okay, now we also say why we want to choose EV package, right? Why we want to choose EV package, right? So we always think that bundling is always better, just like our education plan, right? So if you look at it, we also list down what are the calculation here. And if you can see here, these two coverage is not available under the private car comprehensive, right? We also bundle in all this. And to be honest with you, with our EV bundle, it's always cheaper. So you look at this, it's only 92, but if you, let's say you bundle it separately, it's actually 104 ringgit and 58 cents. This is why we wanted to bundle this for your customer. It's beneficial for your customer, and this is very good for a customer. So on top of it all, we actually come up with the Charge Ahead with Great EV campaign. So for the starting 1st December, any customer, the first 50 customer, first 50 policy issued on a first come, first serve basis, the customer will enjoy a 150 ringgit worth of charging credit by Gentari. Okay, so very simple. By starting from December, make sure your customer is the first 50, then they will enjoy a one-time 150 ringgit Gentari charging credit. Okay, so there are also questions from some of my colleagues ask, 150 ringgit, how much can you charge for a car, right? Well, it actually differs from model to model, but on an average, a charge to 70 to 80% of a car, because you still have some percentage left in your car when you charge, right? And when you want to charge it to full, then you will charge about maybe worth 70 ringgit worth of charging credit each time you charge. And it will allow you to run up until like 500 kilometers, right? So it is still way cheaper than a petrol-based run vehicle, which normally it will be 70 ringgit worth of subsidized petrol. It will run only about 300 to 350 kilometers, right? If you look at on a dollar and cents per kilometer, then of course the electric vehicle is much more economical for road users out there, right? Now you also see that we are offering the 150 ringgit Gentari charging credit, and this one will allow your customer to charge up to 2 charging. So how do you qualify for it? Just buy the EV plan starting from 1st of December. As per my record, until December, we already have 4 vehicles issued. So we have 4 winners already for these campaigns. And so we only have 46 left. First come, first serve. So we would like to encourage all the agents to talk to all your customers who have who has an electric vehicle and is up for renewal, and quickly grab them to renew under Great Eastern, and you will actually get 150 ringgit worth of charging credit, right? So these are the terms in the campaign, very simple. We also have a TNC, ignore the draft word here. We already have a finalized TNC, which we have uploaded to our corporate website, as well as GG link. You can download it as you go now, so you can go in and download it. So these are the key terms and conditions if you're to give it to your customer, so that you can also explain to them how this will benefit them. So you have product benefit, you also have a freebie benefit as well for your customer to purchase from us. So now, where to find the documents? As you know, Great EV is actually on IFE already. You can actually download most of the documents from GG-Link and IFE. For GG-Link, you can actually find all the campaign terms and conditions, as well as a leaflet. And for IFE, it's all the PDS product brochures, right? So how do you look at it? Same thing here, just click the product disclosure when you go into GG link, and you can, or you can go into our promo page. So go to our corporate website, click rewards and promotion, click here. Then you will see that there is a charge ahead with Gentari, charge ahead with Great EV campaign, with all the TNC as well as the leaflet. Okay, so maybe I'll just run through very briefly how does the charging credit will be, how to redeem the charging credit for your customer. So your customer, if let's say they purchase with us, the first 50 customer to purchase with us, definitely they will actually receive an email from us to give them a charging it's like a voucher code, right? We will give them a code via the email on the 15th day of the following month. So for example, Let's say your customer purchased a policy today, 8th of December. So 8th of December, by end of the month, it will be 31st of December. So he or she, the eligible customer, will receive an email from us by 15th of January. And in this email, there will be a code for the customer to redeem the 150 ringgit. So with the code, what the customer need to do is download the Gentari Go app, log in and redeem using the code. Okay. After the redemption, the customer will see the charging credit will be up to 150 charging credits inside the app that the customer has. So how to use it? You just need to look for the Gentari public EV charging station. Then they use the app to purchase the charging, right? So the credit code actually has a validity up to 31st of December. Right? It's a full year for them to redeem. So they can charge, maybe now they want to charge 30 ringgit, then next month want to charge 70 ringgit, then another month 30 ringgit, another month. So they have a full year to utilize the 150 ringgit worth of Gentari charging credit. Now, the important note to all the agents, please key in the customer's correct email in IFE so that the customer will receive the charging code. If you do not key in the if you do not key in the customer's email, we will not be able to fulfill the the code to the customer, right? So if let's say that you key in your own email, I mean like the agent's email, I'm sorry, we will have to void the fulfillment for that case. Okay, so as a reminder, please key in your customer's correct email so that they will be rewarded with this Gentari charging credit. Okay, so I will just go through how the Gentari app looks like. So if you look at it, so this is actually a Gentari Go app, how to redeem the pin, the code lah. So actually it's an app that they can download from Play Store as well as Apple. So then they just need to go into choose me section and then choose Go Credit, top up with reload PIN, and then select the top up with reload PIN. Then enter the PIN which we actually give in the email, click continue, then confirm top up, and the credit will be reflected in their account. And some of you may ask, how does your customer know where to charge, right? Where is the charging station? So when you want to activate this EV charging station, what you need to do is that look for the closest Gentari charging station, then choose the charger, then select your preferred charge point and pay with Go credits. Then activate the charger and start charging. Okay, so this is actually one of the easiest. I think your customer will enjoy the Gentari charging credit as well, because I'm sure that if they own a electric vehicle, this is how they charge their car. And for Gentari, they have charging station almost worldwide, countrywide, nationwide. These are the network operator. So this is for your information. And if let's say your customer needs to have some assistance, they can always WhatsApp to this number or email Gentari. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram as well. You can talk to them if you have any issue with the code. Okay, I think that's it for our training. Any question from any agents? Any question at all? If no question, let me just give a final touch on Great EV. It's a great product. We just need you to approach your customer to enjoy the further perks of Great EV. Remember, first 50, first come, first serve. And the campaign period is 1st December up until 31st March. If let's say last week we already have 4, by January we would have snatched up the 50 already. So please, if you want your customer to issue a policy, quickly issue. I mean that you can, if let's say the EV car is expiring in January, you can always start to renew it now so that you can enjoy the 150 ringgit Gentari charging credit. I mean, up to February, actually. The February expiry date of all those electric car can enjoy this charging credit. So please look forward to all your customer with expiring policy. Then you can promote this product to them. Okay? Thank you, everyone. I'll pass back to Alia.
Okay, so thank you so much to Ms. Kibi for a very interesting and wonderful sharing regarding MSME EduCare training. And also, I would like to thank all valued agents for attending our session today. For your information, we will share today's training slides to all participants. You may grab it from your marketeer or servicing branch. Before we end our session today, kindly answer the Slido evaluation polling that I will upload now. For those who already submitted the polling, you may leave the session, and thank you again for joining us today. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.